Can he hold it in? They go too wide.
This battle for 13th and 14th, they go side by side into the castle.
He's at P2.
What is happening?
Machine's at P1.
Oh, there is
One. Oh, Winter gets the move done.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 15 of OCE Racing League. We have the French Grand Prix coming in hot for another week. Tier 4 is here, and Abyss back in the commentary box here once more. Another week, another chaotic one up for grabs here. We've got a disconnect already from the championship leader, but this is going to be a cracker. Good track for racing, so hopefully we see some good side-by-side action. And hopefully a wash can close that championship into the final 3 rounds. We've got some dry conditions here to start in qualifying, which is exactly what the drivers are going to want to see. So that is brilliant. We don't want any of that. Fastest lap. Righty. So everyone will get their setups on, and we will get underway very shortly here with the first few qualifying laps. And it looks like EPX is going to be the first driver out tonight. 18 on the grid. We now are a grid of 19 here in Tier 4, as we've had Gumbo Kebab, who has been a mainstay of Tier 4 over the season. He has now decided to leave us. Just a bit sick of the game and just a bit over league racing in general, so that's fair enough. Personal reasons, can't argue with that. But Big Fry out there as well as Kai and EPX. So let's get the predictions in the chat early on, guys. Who's going to claim that elusive pole position here at France? It's a good one to have, especially if you can get a good launch in a turn one. It's one of those ones where you don't really want to be side by side with someone if you don't have to be. And especially in Tier 4, you know, there's an incident not too far away. That corner very difficult for most drivers. Traction very difficult out of that corner, as we see Frizy invalidate, but it's only an outlap, so that does not matter. We've got 4 drivers on track at the moment. Obviously the 2 drivers missing. We have only 1 Alfa Romeo and 1 Alpha Tauri. Everyone else has a teammate. And we'll be looking to claim as many points as humanly possible tonight. Seek of their own respective battles. We've got basically a tier of 3 splits here in Tier 4. Have a quick look at the constructors' standings. AlphaTauri out front by 47 points. So even if Red Bull go 1 and 2 tonight, AlphaTauri will still lead going into the final 3 next week at Monza, then Spa and Brazil. It's a great end of the season. 3 absolute classics. And it is going to be a great run home into the new game. F1 23 is looking absolutely gorgeous and looks like it's going to be a really enjoyable game. But we've all got to, we know it's Cody's, we know it's EA. We've just got to sit back a little bit and just hope as Frizy starts his first timed lap in qualifying now, staying well away from the curbs at the moment. Just trying to get warmed up with the track, as he told me he's only done a couple of laps. So he'll just try and get in the rhythm now as he's missing a few of those apexes, but you'd think by the end of this qualifying session, Frizy should be able to sort that out. Elsewhere, the Ferrari team, they're trying to catch up to the Red Bulls as well, only 16 points behind them, and Alpine kind of in the mix, but they're a little bit far back with only 4 rounds to go. They're on 176, about, where are they? They're about 26 points behind Ferrari. But their main battle is with Williams for P4, who are about 24 behind them. Then the battle for P6 is huge. 4 teams in it, Mercedes, Haas, Aston and Alfa Romeo. And 8 points separate those 4 teams. Mercedes lead at the moment on 114, and Alfa Romeo are last on that at the moment on 106. Obviously now with 1 driver, Alfa Romeo are going to really struggle to keep up with those other 3 teams, but Now it's Frizy. You know, we know he can put in a good result if he just gets avoids those incidents and gets a nice clean race. He's got some good pace. Does the Alfa Romeo team principal, and he look to carry now for the rest of the season here in Tier 4. McLaren currently the wooden spooners, and they are 30 points off getting rid of that wooden spoon, so they've got some work to do here in Tier 4. Evil Blade needs some help from Felty, who is only on 3 points this season. 2 drivers still yet to get points here in Tier 4. That'll be GH and M-Bomb. Both new to the league, so it's not really saying much, but yeah, look, they'll be looking to get their first points here in OCE tonight, as EPX has set the benchmark earlier, 32.525. Looking at the driver standings though, Maney has a very nice lead of 35 now. Dat Boy there in third, he's in a bit of no man's land. Then the battle for fourth is red hot. There's 5 or 6 drivers in it, from about fourth to almost 10th. All have a good chance of that P4. Obviously Meow has a bit of work to do. He's about 37 points off, but yeah, see what he can do here. GH, he's one of the drivers who I mentioned, is yet to get a point here in Tier 4 OCE, and Williams would like it in their championship battle for P2 in the overall constructors standings. They currently lead that, I believe. Yeah, they do. They're P2 at the moment. And then Red Bull and hey fellas, sorry, I've just been looking at the standings, so I haven't been responding. But how are we all? Hope we are feeling good here on this Thursday evening for some Tier 4 action. We got an Aston Martin here. Oh, Aussie's around. There's one of my drivers. He's going for an early spin. Good to get him out in qualifying, and then be absolutely lightning in the race. So that's alright, Aussie. Just a banker in the end anyway. The real time will come at the end of the session. Waterwind Meow P2, Fry P3 says what now? Very interesting. Hey Eski, how are you? Tier 2 P2 contender and Tier 4 Tom/mod guy. Eski, mate, always with the laughs. His Drifters is going to start a lap now. We'll come back to him a little bit later on, as we've got a Red Bull. This is a wash. He's one of the championship contenders, and he puts it on top here, 32.028. That's a very nice lap there from a wash. And I think we will see a 31 sometime tonight. There's Aussie, 52.8. Obviously, we saw that spin. So not a very respected time as Mason. He returns tonight. He's immediately up in a P3 at 33.0. And not a bad lap there at all. So who is going to be next? It looks like it's going to be the Juice for Aston Martin coming through the third sector now. I'm good, thank you. What now? And we've got a hot lap redemption with Maney. I'm sorry, he's in the pits at the moment, so we can't do that. I don't know if he's even in the lobby, to be quite honest with you. He's had some difficulties. Let me see if he's online. I'm not sure. I don't see him. I don't know what the Juice just did. He went P2! Oh! Feeling good here at France is the Juice, obviously, but we'll have a look at that time in just a moment. Maney. So, let's see. Let's get him an invite. I think he's here, but I'll just invite him to game in case he's not. Right on the Juice, the 32.2, so not too far off the wash at all, so he will be very happy with that lap. This is Felty, he's going to be starting one now, so looks like we've got Kai Bowie. I believe, I'm just double checking, got a podium last time out, or even a win. No, he won last time, so he is our previous waste winner. Wow. One twist war. Anyway, P5 for him, a bit of time losing that lap, I think. So he slots into P5 at the moment, and the field spread is quite extreme. You'd think that'll tighten up towards the end of this session here. It's Pumpkin. He's coming up to the line to set his first lap here in qualifying, and it's P10 at 35. 2.85. So he needs to find some more time there if he can. What about Fries? What can he do? Is he on up? No, he's going to start one now, though. We'll come back to him a little bit later on. See if he can improve on that one. Aussie only 39.8. That won't be good enough. What about the Red Bull? Is that Hens? It confused. He's invalidated, so that's a non-factor. Felty though, he's on one here in the McLaren. Can't see the fans, fair enough. Felty a bit all over the curbs there, but now on the power. Not much ERS left in the reserves for Felty here. And up to the line, what is it going to be? It's going to be a 1:34.733. It's P8 for now for the McLaren driver, who's chasing a few more points to get himself below that bottom 3 in the driver's standings. Obviously, it doesn't matter in this tier, but in the other tiers, a bottom 3 will demote you into the lower tier next season. But the top 3 will move up into the top tier, to the tier above next season. So, going to be very, very interesting. GH has retired. That's on track. There's an interesting one there. He's P7 at the moment. It's not a bad qualifying there from him. But Maney, he is on that lap now. We do have Maney coming around the final corner. So let's... Oh my god, he's done out of the pits. I know exactly what he's done. Anyway, cold tyres straight in the wall. That's exactly what GH has done. Anyway, Maney, let's ride on board here. We'll go quiet and enjoy this lap from the championship leader. Ladies and gentlemen, up to the line. It looked like a very, very nice lap from Maney up to the line, and it is it is a 32.058, and it is 300ths or 30 thousandths between the top 2. It is very tight meow just there as well. Ferrari always been there or thereabouts. And yes, no, I've never heard of him. Sorry, yes, right. Sorry about that, mate. Oh, BPX, he's made a mistake, and he's done that nicely. Try doing that at Monza next week, and you won't be able to do it because it's impossible on the game. True story. Anyway, we got a McLaren. That's Felty. He's going to bring it right on into the pits now. So, I think we've got Drifters here. He's had a good last couple of weeks. He's up there in the standings. Yeah, no doubt by the sounds of it there, Rush. Gumbo in the chat saying good luck tonight. He is still watching, still dedicated to the Alfa Romeo team, no doubt. Would have been hard for him to say goodbye to the team so late on, but you know, you got to do what you got to do, I guess. And life comes first. Drifters through the final corner here. One exit to go. Lovely on the power there from the Williams driver up to the line. What is he going to be able to do? Is it contending for the top? No, it's not, but it's a 32.929 P6 at the moment for the Williams driver. Very nicely done there. We've got a couple of Ferraris coming around here. And this will be Dat Boy. He hasn't set one yet. This is a very competitive lap here. And it's P5. A 32.372 slots right in between the Juice and EPX at the moment. What else do we have going on, guys? All right, we got War Machine, but he's invalidated, so that's not going to be much good for him. We've got M-Bomb. He just completed a lap, I believe, so come back to him a little bit later on. We got a Red Bull out there. Oh, hello Kai, watch out mate. Calm it down. Drifters, you just settle up. That boy also just settle up, but is he pushing again? I don't think so, the light is flashing. So, as we look to get into the final runs here in qualifying, as War Machine was not impressed with himself there, 4/10 up and purple, so will be very, very interesting there. Fanatical going slow, made the same mistake EPX made. Not too sure at all. So, Washi, he's on a lap here. Sorry, I've missed this. No, he's not. No, he's not. Oh, the game's just terrible. Righto, so a wash. We're going to watch on board here with the Red Bull. He's going to be the first one to start what should be his final lap in qualifying. Let's see if he can get into the 31s here, the Red Bull. Braking just before the last curve there into turn 1. You want to use as much curve without spinning as you can on the entry and exit of that turn 2. Now down into turn 3, braking at the 50, throw it in, use all the curve through this section. It's where you gain all the time. Now open the exit up as much as you can, take more curve than that if you can, that a wash did. Now this one's very difficult and we see a wash. Makes a very easy mistake. Don't really want to use that curve there on the inside. And you want to take a very wide line to open it up then for the next corner. But I'm sure he will have enough fuel on board. He'll be able to save up the ERS and here we'll go again next time around. What about Kai? What is he on? He's starting one, so we'll see if there's anyone else on one at the moment. It's a bit further on. And Frizy, he's not on one, so we'll go back to Kai. What is the first sector split looking like? He's 3/10 up. This could be a very good lap here from Kai. He is on fair way off pole at the moment, but after winning last week, anything is possible for sure. The Haas driver looking to promote his team up the constructors' standings. He is returning after a few weeks off, and last week went bang with a win, and he'll look to repeat that tonight. A very nice middle sector here as we see the split. What is it? It's a 50.9. That's a very good sector split. Still, at this rate, he's going to be very, very close there with the top two. I'm pretty sure that middle sector split is better than Maney's. So this is very close here from Kai. This will be his last lap here in qualifying. And a wash is done. He's in the pits. He doesn't have the fuel. So that is a wash done. Frizy's done. He spun at the exit of one of those corners in the middle sector. Very easy to do there. Just before when we saw a wash make that mistake. This has been a very nice lap here from Kai. Very smooth, very consistent. And he's on the power. DRS open. ERS getting dumped as much as he possibly can. Up to the line. Can he contest for pole? No, it won't be, but it'll be P5 at 32.333, and the Haas driver will be very happy with that. What about M-Bomb? He's going to start one now. We'll come back to him a little bit later on. Hence, he's on one. He's half a second up. This could put him into the 10. What can he do? It's a 33.394. And that puts him P10 for the time being. Here we got an Aston Martin of the Juice. Kai's done, obviously. He just hit that lap and he is like, yep, that'll do me. The Juice is starting one now, so we'll come back to him later on. EPX, he's on one. Not the greatest exit there out of the final corner. Didn't take an ideal line. But can he get into the top 5? It's a good lap. It's a 31.957 for the EPX. And he goes on to pole by about 800ths of a second. That boy starting one. The Outcat's on one. Sorry, he's also starting one. I apologise. We've got a tangle here at the final corner. Drifters is done. We got, who was that? Is that Maney? He's starting one as well. We got McLaren. It's all happening here at the end of qualifying. Eva Blade starting one as well. The Alpine of Mason, he's down by 4/10. He needs a really good final sector here to threaten any higher position. DRS open. ERS being dumped. Low on the fuel. Up to the line. Can he improve? No, he can't. Mason will be P9 here in qualifying. War Machine is done as well. Lots of drivers done already here in qualifying, including Aussie Freak, Felty, and a Wash who have not made the flag. Those three drivers are all done here in qualifying. And that is bitterly disappointing for those guys. So who we got? We've got the Juice. He's pushing through the final sector. He's 3/10 up. This could very well be a pole lap here from the Juice. In the Aston Martin. Could be the first one in Tier 4 for Aston Martin. Don't want to jinx it now. Through the final corner. Takes a little curve on the power. DRS open now. The Juice up to the line. Can he put it on pole? It's not a good final sector, but it'll be pole by 18 thousandths of a second. Can anyone dethrone him? It won't be EPX. It won't be the Hens. He's done as well. Can anybody dethrone the Juice, or has he got the first pole in Tier 4 for Aston Martin? EPX is done. Is anybody on one? Maney, the championship leader, he wants to go at it. He's got the power now. DRS open. What can the Alpha Tauri driver do? Can he upset the Aston Martin team? And he can by 3 thousandths of a second. It is so tight at the top of the field. Evil Blade jumps into P8. And it is absolutely ridiculous how close it is here. We've got a spin, but that is the grid for the French Grand Prix. And Aston Martin still have to wait for that pole in Tier 4. The Juice, though, he'll be very excited with that pace. 3 thousandths off Maney. And he will feel he can put a really good result in here for Aston Martin. But Maney on pole, the championship leader, looking to continue on his winning streak and claim the championship before we have to go to Brazil, which is a sprint. So look at that. The top 4 separated by less than a tenth. This is going to be a crazy race if they can all keep it nice and clean. 200ths between the top 3. It is absolutely chaos here. Then, so we've got Maney, who leads it from the Juice, from EPX, then Awash, and Meowcat P5. Kaibui P6 with Datboy P7. Ferrari looking good here, 5 and 7. Eva Blade with a nice last lap puts him at P8. Drifters P9, Mason at P10. Hens and M-Bomb, 11th and the 12th. They'll be on the 6th row of the grid with GH and Felty Rabbit on the 7th. Frizy, he'll be disappointed with that. His best lap was on the hards, so he's thinking more about the race. 15th and 16th there for him and Pumpkin. Aussie and War Machine didn't set a lap in the end. That is your grid, but the points are handed out on the Sunday in the race. And I think it may be a very chaotic Grand Prix if that's how qualifying has happened. With a mild cold, I think. That was not very good for my throat, but we move, and we will look into the race, which we have some dry conditions, which is nice here for these drivers. They'll be really happy with that. You've had a lot of wet races in this season of OCERL Racing League, so another dry race is never a bad thing. We've definitely had our fair dose in Tier 2 as well. Glove Drip, how are you, mate? Tier 2 McLaren driver in the chat. Yeah, good, thanks, mate. Just getting ready for the start of this race. No formation lap, as we know, so we're going to get right on into it. This is going to be a cracking race, ladies and gentlemen. The top 4 separated by less than a tenth in qualifying. And we are going 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights for the French Grand Prix. And the lights out, and away we go. The start is good from Maney. He leads from the Juice, who leads from EPX down into turn 1. The battle is at the back. Awash up the inside of everybody. Guy turns to the outside though for turn 2. It's all clean and fair at the moment here in Tier 4. Now we race down into turn 3. We go on board here with Meowcat just briefly before we switch the off-board camera view to look for any carnage further back. The tyres will bring up in just a moment as we just try to sort out what is going on in this race. Aussie around the outside of the Williams driver there. That is a very nice move as he looks to continue it right around the outside. We go back to the front and Maney is gone. He is gone. 1.2 seconds left. We've got a spin. It's M-Bomb. He's around and he's tangled with Evil Blade on the first lap. Both these drivers will be wanting to get back facing the right way. France, not a track where safety cars tend to happen too frequently. But these guys all stacking up behind the Juice here. Let's bring up those tyres. And there it is. Top 3 on the mediums. Oh, Kai gets past the Juice as well, who's starting to fall back. He's got some wing damage there on the Aston Martin. So maybe some contact there with EPX. And that is going to be fairly painful there at the start of this race. Awash, no damage. We've got GH with some issues. EPX, no damage. And Maney, he is gone. GH with 3-second time penalty on track limits already on lap 1. That is not what you want to see. Very easy to do here at France, though. Get a couple penalties early and the juice from second on the grid with wing damages in straight away. That is not what he was hoping for on the start of this race. Maney leads for by 2.5 seconds from EPX and Kai Bui. Elsewhere, we got some battles here. Drifters looking to make his way through the field here. Mason and him going side by side. On Mason's return to league racing, he has a couple of weeks off with a work trip, but he's back now. We've got a spinner. It's Meow. Oh, it's a brilliant qualifying too from the Ferrari driver. He's down to 14th now on those hard tyres. He's going to have to work his way back through the field. We've got another spin. That's Frizy, the Alfa Romeo team principal's going around now as he drops out of the points. And that is France for you. Spins are so easy to do. And with this track being one of those tracks where safety cars don't come out too frequently on this game, you've just kind of got to minimise those mistakes, as now he's under pressure from Meow behind, who is also looking at GH, who is just not looking for the move at all. And this could allow Fry. Oh, there's another mistake. There's contact there between the Aston Martin, the Alfa Romeo and the Williams, and this will give Meow a decent run. Maybe if Fry has some damage. Let's go back to the front. There's a battle here between Kai and EPX for P2. Looks like EPX on those better medium tyres for now is going to be able to hold on to that position. Elsewhere, Drifters and Mason still can't sort out their problems, and this is just costing them time to the top 4 now. They've got to sort their problems out as Drifters, he's just sitting here as his Aussie, who has had a brilliant start from 17th on the grid, up to 8th already. Brilliant start there from the Aston Martin driver. We'll have a look at position change, up 9, and War Machine up 8. That is a great start from him, and he will look to push on into some more points later on in this race. Mason and Drifters finally get their stuff sorted out, and Drifters gets the job done this time before turn 1. No side-by-side battling, but that's a lot of curb. That'll be a warning there for Drifters. Got to minimise those at this track as well. Very easy to pick up a couple of penalties very quickly with a little lack of concentration. We've got a spin here. This is Felty Rabbit. He's had a tough season, and it continues here tonight as he drops to last of the drivers who haven't pitted. M-Bomb picks up a 3-second time penalty for track limits as well as he battles. Does this battle again with Evil Blade. They did tangle on that one, but fair racing at the moment. Don't know where to look. There is battles absolutely everywhere at the moment, as everyone making mistakes at the moment. Don't want to get too many warnings if you can help it. ERS now for M-Bomb. Can he make it a 2-for-1 special? Up the inside of Pumpkin he goes, and up the inside he goes of Evil Blade, but that is very deep for the Alpine driver. Manages to hold it with a little bit of side pod contact from Evil Blade, but probably a bit courageous there from M-Bomb. Drops to 16th. He's going to have to re-overtake Pumpkin now. Let's go back to this battle in the points, as Drifters looking to close up the gap to Awash and Kai, who may have some damage now from battling with EPX. I'm not too sure, but he's fallen right off, even though EPX and Maney on those medium tyres, they're looking to drive away at the start of this race. Awash right on the back of Kai now. GH with another 3-second time penalty. He really needs to sort it out with these corner cutting issues. But Washi here, can he get on the podium? Kai Bui, squirrely rear end there as Drifters is dragging a big train with him all the way down to P8 this train. So Wash will be seeing this. Is anyone underfueled? Kai has. Kai's the only one silly enough. No, Aussie has. Hens has. War Machine has. Frizy has. So as GH and Evil, as we watched Evil get right past GH, that's a nice move there from the McLaren drivers. Looks to get through the traffic. But he unfortunately got stuck in with that lap 1 incident. So Maney leads the French Grand Prix by a comfortable 3.7 seconds. The championship leader controlling it out front at the moment. EPX, he started to pull away from the train for P3. And he is now 2 seconds clear, but only a little mistake and he is right back under pressure from those guys behind. Now this battle from P3 goes all the way down to P8, and hence he's not too far away, neither is War Machine. So these two guys, they'll be hoping a little bit of squabbling ahead, a bit of lost time for those guys, and they can join onto the train and make this a massive scrap for P2 in this Grand Prix. Bob is gutted. He won't be racing Saturday, even though it's one of his best tracks, so that is just not what you like to see. Wash. He's got the job done very clinically there on Kai. And good racecraft there from Kai. Not wanting to fight it, not wanting to lose as much time as he possibly can. He knows Washy may be the faster driver tonight and he just wants to stay with him, which is very smart. He's also looking very pacey through this first sector, maybe a little higher wings on the Haas as well. And given by that exit, maybe he is a bit more confident through that more technical section now. He's burning the DRS. Washy is not. DRS open as well now for the Haas. He's going to fly past the Red Bull. Like he's standing still. Washy goes, thanks mate, you can go. Let's DRS each other up to EPX now. This is some good racecraft here from these two. Washy knows he needs to fight in this championship. He needs to be beating Maney now with the gap as big as it is. He's the only one that can challenge Maney at this stage in the season. Dat Boy had a chance, but he's had a couple of rough weeks and he is now out of contention pretty much unless they both DNF and he wins every race. Pretty much the only way Dat Boy gets back in this championship fight. But just don't see that happening, and I think he may be mathematically ruled out after this weekend. So these guys have all got to work together here as they are dropping Hens and War Machine behind. But maybe a tale of two halves here. Top guys is up the inside. There's a big battle going on here, guys. I've just got to sort it out as Dat Boy's been shown the curb. And let's look at those tyres just to see where everyone's at. So everyone in this train, other than Aussie, is on hard tyres. Unfortunately, due to the DRS, Aussie being all the way at the back of this train, he's probably going to really struggle to make any movement up this grid at this stage. Yeah, the medium tyres are a good tyre here, but the DRS is just so strong. There's more battling ahead. Mason and Drifters will stay on board here with Aussie. He's got a good view of this as we've got a spinner. That's Meow. He's had another spin. He's really struggling here at the French Grand Prix through that turn 1-2 complex. It's a tricky section for sure. But he's going to want to sort it out if he wants any chance of finishing in the points tonight. It's only 6 laps gone, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a cracking race if this battle continues up front for P3. They're all nose to tail. It's all very clean for Tier 4, and this is exactly what you love to see. These guys, throughout the season, they've learned so much as drivers, I think. You know, up in Australia in those first few rounds, we've seen Carnage all the time. He's even played. He's made a mistake now. So these couple of guys we're used to seeing at the top just making a couple of mistakes here at France, which is just so easy to do. And they now find themselves battling for P12 with them bombers. Aussie's got the move done here up the inside of Dat Boy. And yep, doesn't give him much space at all, but that's all fair in love and war. And the Aston Martin driver makes his first move through the field in those medium compound of tyres. We've got another spin, that's Evil Blade again at the back there, so McLaren having another shocker this weekend. We go back off board here. Mason, can he make the move on a Wash? It was just starting to fall off Kai here, but they were all falling off the top two as Maney is comfortably leading up front. 6.2 seconds the lead over EPX, who has another 3 second buffer to Kai Bui. The battle behind though, it is brewing up massively. There's a corner cut there from Mason, that'll be a warning. But I'll tell you what, Hands and War Machine, they haven't fallen off this battle at all. As we've got a battle back here, as off the track goes Meowcat. What are you doing? And he now loses the position of Pumpkin. He's destroyed one of the brake marker boards, and Aussie Freak is out of the race! Aussie! From P7 in the race, he's out into the wall on the left-hand side. And the Aston Martin driver is DNF'd once more here in OCE. As I said, France has never caused a safety car, and it strikes again tonight. No safety car with that incident for Aussie Freak, done it on his own by the looks of it. But GH has done the same thing. GH has done the same thing, I think. Is that a safety car? That is a virtual safety car here, ladies and gentlemen. And this will give Maney a beautiful opportunity to come in and box for those hards and go to the end of this race. GH and Aussie, a couple of guys DNFing again. Unfortunately for them, Maney, as predicted, is in off the medium tyres. He'll go to hards. And it's it's a full safety car now. So the safety car is out. EPX is in. What do the rest of the guys do? Right, they've got to stay out. It's only lap 7. Everyone on hards has to stay out. Mason, he's in though. Maybe some wind damage there on the Alpine. Drifters, he follows him in. So interesting to see what these guys do. Obviously Maney and EPX, they'll go to fresh hards. But this has really hurt the Juice, who has boxed for hards on lap 1 with some wing damage. And now everyone in front is going to get a free pit stop. He may drop, this may stay last. So medium tyres on for Drift and Mason. Friesen stays out on mediums. Very interesting strategy there from the Alfa Romeo team principal. Meow staying out as expected. Drifters on the mediums, Hens on those hards now. Oh! And Felty's got a drive through for speeding under safety car. And I think you'll find he got that drive through for speeding under safety car. Trying to clear Maney. He's got another one. What is he doing? Felty has 2 drive-throughs. And he's to spin next. What is Felty doing? He's just throwing this race away. He had a chance to get back and get some points, but no, he's done now. And as expected, the Juice, he hasn't even stopped again, and he's 15th on the track. It's a horrid night for him. P2 in qualifying. He's down in 15th at the moment. And unfortunately, his teammate was the one to cause it. So, the top 4 haven't pitted. Maney has come out in 5th on hards. He'll go to the end of the race. Wow, gives us the time to breathe. We had a chaotic first 7 laps. A few laps now to think about what is going to happen in the rest of this race. M-Bomb, Drifters and Mason on fresh mediums. They're going to have to stop again. They won't be able to take mediums 20 laps. You wouldn't think. All those guys that haven't stopped. Let's have a look at stops. This will make it a bit more easier. Bit easier. The Juice, he's going to struggle. He's going to have to do pretty much the length of the race, bar 1 lap on those tyres. In comes Friesen now. So interesting strategy, trying to get a lap fresher tyres for no real benefit. Either way, Maney, he doesn't have to stop again. So Maney in a very, very good position. EPX, he won't have to stop again either. So these two, if they can clear this traffic cleanly, they are looking red hot for a race win. And P2 tonight, if EBX can mount a challenge, that will give us something to watch. But Maney looks like a big favourite here tonight. Oh dear. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it right now, to be honest. It's a bit unfortunate. Sorry guys, just having to read through the Discord and we got safety car in this lap. Oh no, EPX has spun. What the fuck? Lads! Why is this the one thing Tier 4 can't understand? Safety car restart. They do everything else fairly well, but they cannot figure out safety car restarts. Oh, I swear to God. Oh, you got to keep the consistent pace. You got to keep the consistent pace. You can't go fast slow. Interesting place to go. But he's got him as blade disconnects. That is standard Tier 4. At least one blade disconnect. And that is a poor time for him to disconnect right on the restart as well. That's going to hurt everyone behind him. It'll give Juice the position though. As there's a little mistake here from Dat Boy. From War Machine, is he? No, he's not. As expected, the Juice clears one. We've got a spinner. That is M-Bomb. No, it's Drifters! That is a big out. That is a big spin early on here. He's on the mediums. That is not what he needed. Probably getting a bit too aggressive or something earlier on. In the safety car period, as now he's giving space to an AI. We move. Awash, he just doesn't have the pace tonight by the looks of things. He's dropped a second to Kai straight away. Dat Boy right there on the back of him. War Machine, he's trying his best here. P4, very lofty result here again. Haas really turning it on at the end of the season here in Tier 4. Blades joined back. We've got changes all through the field. As M-Bomb fights back through on Felty Rabbit. He's on the cusp of a couple of points here. If he can keep it all square. We've got a 3 wide moment here, have we? Frizy on the outside. He goes around the outside and Felty Rabbit drops down to 15th in one corner. Very unfortunate there as the Juice and Frizy looking to make their way through this field together. Looking to steal this P11 off M-Bomb. Then there's a couple seconds fresh air there for them. But let's go back to the front of the field where the battling is going to unfold here. This is where we saw the battle pack earlier on. As that's 3 seconds for Frizy. There's all sorts going on at the back here. Felty's in. Some damage there. Drifters and Frizy side by side in turn 1 here. Drifters on those mediums. He's not going to opt to make the move, which is interesting now. But he's just so much faster on those mediums. Frizy nearly running wide there. Dat Boy with a 3 second time running. That's P3. And only on lap 11, he's well at risk of getting another penalty before the end of this race. Drifters, he'll get the job done now. What a shot. We finally get a good camera shot on spectator mode. Up the inside for Drifters. Can he hold it through the hard right-hander? Yes, he can. Now the left-hander. Make sure your differential isn't too low. Lovely job there from Drifters. Up into P13. See if he can chase after the Juice. And M-Bomb and Pumpkin now, who is under assault from M-Bomb. And M-Bomb is flying through the field in those mediums. A bit deep there into the corner, which is going to hurt his run all the way through here. Juice, he's been tagged. Surely that's a tag. And that is Frizy with no front wing, ladies and gentlemen. Frizy getting involved in an accident that wasn't even his own. Again, unfortunately. Is the Juice with damage? Not too sure at all, but Aston Martin having a shocker here tonight. I think the Juice got tagged, but I'm not too sure. Nevertheless, we move. Let's have a look back at the front. As Frizy's race is more or less over. Alfa Romeo having a stinker here tonight. As are Aston Martin. DRS now enabled for the second time in this race. Frizy's in, obviously. No front wing. Cannot afford to stay out with that happening. So, the battle for P1 is on. Maney's actually dropped a spot. He's down to P6 now. Let's bring up those tyres. And that is interesting. So, he's been overtaken by EPX. And EPX is actually on the same strategy as him. So, effectively, EPX now leads the race. The top 4 all have to box for another set of either softs or mediums later on. We got an incident. It's Drifters around again. Williams driver Drifters having a shocking night tonight. Really struggling with the balance of that Williams. Almost true to real life. I'd say he gets it facing the right way again and he'll be looking to push back through for maybe a couple of points come the end of the race. Maney now all over the back of EPX, but DRS Train goes from first all the way down to 7th. Mason's here as well. And there's just no movement at the moment. Is this Maney up the inside though? No, he just a tough area on the track to make the moves at. It's all well and good to be good through this section in clean air, but it's not really much use to you in a battle like this. Maney though, biding his time. He knows his race comes later, but he's gonna go for the move here. Looks like his wings are slightly lower here than EPX. He thinks about it, shows the nose, lets him know he's there, but not using that ERS yet. He's just pushing on and holding that P6 down for now. Mason is on the mediums. on the fresh mediums as well. He boxed for those at the same time as Maney and EPX. So he's going to really struggle to get these to the end, but he should have the pace of the few guys in front of him if he can just get some moves done, but it's really hard to do in these conditions. M-Bomb, a 3-second time penalty. He's on a lot of penalties now already. 6 seconds for him. Look at this! We got 3 wide action here in Tier 4. War Machine to the inside. Maney's gone to P4. And this is heating up instantly. There's got to be contact here. There is. Push and shove. There's still 3 wide. EPX, War Machine and Maney. War Machine gets the job done. Maney gets a shocking exit. Mason goes through. We're 3 wide once more here in Tier 4. OCE Racing League. And Maney has lost out big time there. He drops down to P7. Can he hold position? Nice camera angle. There's contact. Maney and EPX. Is that who it was? It was EPX. Maney and EPX, the 2 drivers were effectively battling for 1st and 2nd in this race, have just tangled, and they are now down to 7th and 6th and 9th. But this battle between EPX and Meow is not over, as Evil Blades had another spin. That's truly unfortunate there from the McLaren driver. It is hotting up now. This is all good news, as Felty's gone around as well, so McLaren continuing the spinning tradition here at France, but this is all helping. Oh, 5-second penalty for M-Bomb. He's really struggling tonight. This is all going to help a wash. Time penalty in P10 with the Juice chasing him down. Meow, he's going to go for the move again here. DRS and ERS. No ERS on the Mercedes. Up the inside he goes. Does he have it done before the corner? Under brakes. Why is that the camera angle? And he just lets him go back around the outside. Meow, a bit more aggression, mate. Let's punch him. Come on. Be a bit punchy. Here we go. There's a battle for the lead. A wash leads it. Sorry, guys, I missed the battle for the lead. That's tragic. Now Datboy says, thank you, I'm going to make the move myself. Up the inside I go, and Fanatical loses 2 positions in as many corners. Now Haas sit 3 and 4 after being 1 and 4 before that. Yeah, I know, Esky, I know. It's alright, we watch this now though. There's surely contact there nearly with Kai, who will not be happy that he has lost the lead of the race. Drifters and the Juice battling once more for minor placings in this race as things stand. Drifters looking to fight his way back through on those fresh mediums fired. Yeah, I know, I'm the worst. Anyway, maybe if we could get some commentators to show up to reserve. Anyway, get out of Kai, he's looking here, his teammate is here as well. These 4 drivers don't need, they will need to stop again. We've got another yellow flag, that's Meow. He's off again. The Ferrari driver still struggling through turn 1 and 2. And has maybe 2nd or 3rd spin through that area. He's got some wing damage as well on the Ferrari now, so may have even collected the wall on the way through. This battle for the lead, though, is crazy. It's going to give you so much action happening, yeah. It's a bit hard to keep up with, to be honest. Let's watch the lead battle at the moment. This is the main one that matters. Couple for minor placings, Drifters and Pumpkin battling at the moment, but here it is, Kai to the inside, ladies and gentlemen. Can he get it done on Datboy? This is where he lost the position. This time he manages to make the position. No ERS on any of these guys. They're all low. As that surely was contact there. No, but Datboy slips back underneath. Good time to get a shit camera angle. And this battling, if Wash can break DRS through this 3rd sector, will be absolutely monumental for this race. As there it is, it's 1 second. I think he may have done it. Wash may have just broken the DRS from this train, and he has. There's no DRS. The Juice picks up a 3-second time penalty with those guys in 1 places. Really struggling on the track limits, but DRS gone. This gives Wash a big opportunity now to gap them. He's broken the DRS. He's got to just pick up the pace, be nice and consistent, and see what he can do. We've got some drivers in the pits. Meow, Drifters. Meow and Pumpkin in. So that will promote the Juice up to P10 into the points now. I think the Aston Martin driver will try to go to the end, do the length of the race on those hards if he can. seen him do it in real life, so it's not unrealistic, but I'm not sure what the time we're on the hards is like in this race, as either way having some more connection issues in this race. And Bob up to the 11th now, but he's on those softs, and they are not going to get to the end, unfortunately. So he's going to really struggle to get to the end of this race. Awash has made a mistake. He's let them back into DRS. He's not good through that first sector. It's that boy with that penalty. 6 seconds now. It's going to really hurt him come the end of this race if he stays as tight as he is at the top. He could drop as far down as 5th. That could be a warning there for Washy. He's got to be careful with those. Can't afford too many, otherwise he will pick up a 3-second time penalty himself. Which, with Maney down in P6, even with a spin, he's not that far off the leaders, is he? In the top 4 all have to pit, so effectively these two are back at it. They've ended up right next to each other again, EPX and Maney. This is the effective race lead battle. And Awash is in. The race leader is in. Awash in for medium compound tyres, that'll be. As he will look to make a charge through the field. EPX going straight to the inside. Doesn't want to give the slipstream to Maney, but I don't think he'll need to use the ERS. Sorry, I've gone to the wrong battle there. Sorry, and Maney gets the job done quite comfortably, so we didn't miss too much there at all. Now, the two Haas boys, they've got to keep it consistent now. They've got to keep up with that boy who has just dropped him instantly. So maybe a bit of a battle there or something. I'm not really too sure. It's such a slow pit lane here. And Awash is feeling it. He's now out behind the Juice for P10 at the moment. And he has a lot of time to find. Let's see if he can do it here. It's going to be an awesome end to this race. Either way, Hamilton Verstappen vibes from, what was it, 2021. And that was a brilliant race. So we'll see if later on in the race, Awash can charge back through to challenge the likes of Maney and EPX for the race win here in Tier 4. Either way, this is going to be a fantastic result here for the Haas team. Second and third, as things stand, still pit stops to be had. But effectively, I think they're about 5 and 6 or something on strategy. Which seriously is not too bad. The Juice, he'll be aiming to go to the end, obviously. Not much going for him other than that, unfortunately, with the lap 1 incident. From the lead, we've got a yellow flag. That's Meow having some more issues. Pretty standard at the moment. His teammate leading the race. He'll be happy to see that. But I'm sure he'll be disappointed in the fact that he has had a fair few mistakes of his own tonight. So Dapoy in, race leader in. Both Haases stay out again. So either they're going to have to double stack. Here we go, War Machine. This is not what the doctor ordered for Kai. He turns across his team principal. He says, no, I'm the fastest driver here tonight. I deserve this race lead. But all the while, here comes Maney, the championship leader. He's had the pace all night. He's finally got some clean air. EPX didn't battle him too hard. And now, Maney, P3 on the back of the two Haases who are 1 and 2 at the moment. But both need to pit. Here comes Maney. He's got the ERS advantage over these two. Both on 20% for the two guys in front. Maney on 80%. DRS and ERS being deployed now from Maney, but he doesn't have the straight line speed. Though, War Machine, he's going to go for the move here on Kai. And Kai, he's going to battle it around the outside. Surely the two teammates don't come together. And they do. There's a bit of contact there. Team principal War Machine will not be happy there with his teammate, who he just wanted some space off. This is allowing EPX to get in the battle for the lead here as well. War Machine, he's going to hold on to P2 at least on track for the next few corners. Here comes Maney though. There's nearly contact there. It takes the inside line. It's not the favoured line. Not the favoured racing line at least. You can see just not feeling comfortable at all through there. Following these guys. Where EPX now has caught so quickly onto these guys. And this is all helping the Juice. Sorry, Awash and... Well, Awash and Dapoy try and catch up as in comes War Machine. He is into the lead, into the pits, and he gets a 5-second time limit. That's going to really hurt him now, speeding in the pit lane. One of the easier tracks to do it at, but Maney now gets a free go at Kai. And Kai maybe staying out a bit longer, maybe to go to a soft, but praying for a safety car. At this stage, especially at France, you've just got to go with the strategy and hope it works out for you. But here we go. This will be a wash on the Juice. I don't think Juicy will make it too hard for him, and he doesn't. So down to P7 he goes, but this is still a good result from where he was, the Juice. Some points for him in that battle for P4 in the driver's standings. but the battle for the lead is still on. EPX, he needs to make sure he can stay within the DRS of Maney if he wants to battle for the lead in this race. It looks like it's going to be a 2-horse race. It looks like a wash. M-Bomb is in the pits again. Yep, off those mediums. He's gone hards again. So the strategy down at Alpine all over the shop. They don't know what kind of race they are running clearly. McLaren, they're having a shocker as well. 15th and 16th. They are the spooners at the moment, as the Juice also letting that boy go. He's trying to lose as little time as he can. And I think he'll like his chances of holding on to that P8 against the likes of War Machine and Drifters who are fighting back during the last 8 laps. So it'll be interesting to watch that battle as well. So the battle to the leader. This is the one we want to watch. M-Mob gets another 3-second time penalty. Doesn't really matter. A wash. He's got to find another 17.5 seconds with 8 to go. And then he's got to make the move. So this is all going to be very interesting. Maney leads it from EPX. Kai comes in. He's going to drop down now behind Mason. Surely he'll need to pit again off those mediums. They will be crying at the end if he doesn't pit again. Medium Doer's on Kai. He boxes into P5. Duff saying, let's go hens. Chris saying, up the wash. He's in some nice clean air here, Chris. He's got all the time in the world to push, but that boy right there as well. He goes purple on that last lap, but a wash. In some nice clean air now. Ends his teammate is the next car, so the next real rival of his is Mason up in P3 at the moment, who may or may not need to pit again. Ends getting nosebleeds, says the Red Bull team principal. And that is 4th position. He's actually, if Mason has to pit, he's actually P3, like Ping and Chris. If Mason has to pit again off those mediums, he is P3 on track and, like, yeah, actually, yeah. On pace. He has done nothing wrong tonight, Hens. He has been brilliant for you guys there at Red Bull. Where are the battles? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a look. Here's the battle for P11. This is minor placings. And 15 seconds behind P10, so for what in the end, Meow's had a shocker. Pricey, he also got collected in a fight that wasn't his. He hasn't said a word in 5 minutes. Sweaty there at Red Bull in the team garage. Ping looking to help his boys out in that battle for P2 in the constructors with Williams, who are currently nowhere, as well as Aston Martin. So Red Bull, they'll be loving this. Well, if Mason pits, it's P3 and 4 as things stand. If he doesn't pit, I still think both drivers should still be able to catch Mason, purely because the pace of Mason should drop off significantly at the end of this race. The Juice now getting eaten up by both Haas's. He's going to drop to P9 on track now. He'll be really disappointed with the race that has been for him. He's done the whole race pretty much on those hards, and in a bit of pain, even though we don't go to Spain here in OCERL Racing League this season. He's now going to get overtaken by Kai, who was well clear of War Machine, and he's now 2 seconds behind him. Here we go, up the inside. I think the Juice is just going to let him go. Try and fight that a bit later on if he has the pace. Another safety car makes this race interesting. There's a spin. It's Evil Blade into the infield. Oh, there's a spin. Pumpkin, he goes around. A wash and Hens have swapped. That will be team orders there. And up the inside goes Dat Boy, though. That is not what Hens ordered. So Hens will be a bit annoyed with himself there for letting Dat Boy go as well. So a wash, 7.5 seconds to Mason. Mason, no penalties. But Maney all has this sewn up, I think. Dat Boy on the back of a washful. It'll be interesting to see how Dat Boy plays this, whether he plays this smart and tries to save his tyres and battle for this position later on. They should be able to catch Mason. I know they're still 7 seconds behind, but there's 4.5 to go, and Mason's on 14 lap old moves, so that boy does what he probably should do, sticks behind, stays in the DRS and lets him watch dragging up there. He could be in the fight for a podium, but that 3-second time penalty is really going to hurt come later on in this race. Felty in last has the 3-second time penalty. He's having his own little battle there with M-Bomb at the back of the field. And a 5-second time penalty there for Felty, speeding in the pits. That boy can't get past at the moment. They are catching Mason, but I don't know if it's by enough. So only a 3-second for EPX at the moment. A 6-second makes this battle for second very close. But this race just starting to mellow out a bit. So we see Frizy go well wide there at the flat right. And Meowcat taking a lot of curb and copping the penalty for it. Another spin tonight. I don't know. He'll have to watch the stream back and count for me because that's a lot tonight for him. Unfortunately, there the Ferrari driver still within a chance of points though. So 4-5 laps to go in this one. What do you mean, Daft? It's from the tree is killing me. Do you want me to turn it off? I mean, I can turn it off if you want. That boy, he sticks behind again. So he's playing the smart game. This is interesting. It is a good strategy. War Machine gets Hens now. But Hens battling it round the outside. Hens in the Red Bull. He does not want to give up this P6 in this race. He wants to fight the Haas's for this. No spins, and he could well see himself into a good position if more things like this happen. War Machine goes around. Hens doing a good defensive job here for Red Bull. It's still very interesting. Dat Boy sitting right on the back here of a wash. They're both closing in on Mason. Will it be enough to make a charge on the last lap? It is going to be so close. That deserves a shoey. Oh dear. So, what a race this has been. Mason at the moment, the strategy of the day, P3, 16 laps on those mids. If they don't go pop, he could be looking at a very good position here. I think War Machine's made another mistake. Or no, Drifters is just here. He's here and he wants more of it. This battle for P8s, they've all got penalties. Oh, wow, that was aggressive. So 3 seconds for the Juice, 5 for War Machine, and 8 for Drifters. There's another penalty now. 8 seconds for War Machine as well. So they're starting to stack up. Drifters. Now the Juice has found himself down in P10. But the two guys in front of him have more penalties. For him, it is more about sticking with these two. If he can stay in the DRS with these guys, even though he's on those very, very second-hand hard tyres, he should be able to snag a P8 in this race, which will be a really good recovery after the incident early on that one, and the safety car royally screwing him over. Drifters now. Up the inside he goes, DRS activated, and that is job done for now for the Williams driver. Up to P8 he goes, and again the Juicy just got to stay there. Let's have a look. Dat Boy and Wash. They're closing in dramatically here. 2.7 is the gap to Mason, who is closing in on EPX. But is it going to be the move for Dat Boy? Washy He's got to use his ARS. Neither of them have much. Washy kind of defending clean there, to be honest. But that boy, he's playing a very smart game here tonight. He's looking for that podium. And these two could both well end up on the podium as well, again. They just play it fairly smart here. If they can clear Mason quickly. I'm honestly not saying they're out of the fight for P1, but there's a Ferrari around. That's Meowcat again. Non-issue. Unfortunately, it looks like Frizy without a DNF in front of him. He's going to miss out on the points again. So, 2 to go. M-Bomb with another penalty. He's down the very far back. He's a lap down as well in this race, so non-issue there. But here we go, 1.9, 2 laps to go. And it's only 1.3 then to EPX. Tell you what, these two could both end up on the podium. That boy has done a huge job here as Hens cannot defend from Kai. Kai gets the job done up in a P6 now. The Haas driver, and that may be the best position that he can get after winning last week. And he will not be able to repeat that. No safety cars tonight unless Maney spins and EPX gets collected or something crazy goes on. But they think that will be the max for Kai tonight. Still a very, very strong result. Prize in. That is an interesting position. So if there's a DNF now, we know Frizy has just thrown away a point. 1.3, it's going to come down to the last lap in this last sector for P3 in this race. This is going to be absolutely amazing to watch here. The last lap of the French Grand Prix, we've had a fairly dead middle part, it's got to be said. But Awash and Dapoy, they've had a very good second stint here. They've managed to close the gap to Mason, who's on 18-lap-old meds. If they can hold on to P3 here tonight, Mason, that is going to be a brilliant result there for the Alpine driver on return. But we've still got 1 lap to go. Maney leading it comfortably up front by nearly 10 seconds now. Here it is. Dapoy. Not yet. No, don't ruin it now. Dapoy, he doesn't. Washy, don't defend thin air, bro. They're costing each other time at the worst possible opportunity. 9 tenths is the gap. They need DRS here to make a threat on Mason. It looks like he's going to be able to hold him off. I don't know if they've got the DRS. We'll find out just now. Up to the line. They've got it. They've got the DRS. This is huge. No ERS. 20% on Mason. He's got a little bit to defend with. Under brakes. This is going to be it. This is the battle for P3 in the French Grand Prix. Awash needs this to even have half the hope of beating Maney in the driver's standings. Here goes the DRS. Around the outside. Awash for P3 in this race. It's going to have to be the long way around. He's got the better tyres. Mason can't do anything about it. Awash in a P3, but he's got the penalty. Awash has a 3-second time penalty now. I didn't even see that. So all Mason has to do is just stay there or thereabouts without spinning, and he has a podium tonight. Dapoy, he will finish in P5. He's got 6 seconds of penalties. And that is so sad for Awash. All the effort gone to waste with that 3-second time penalty. And it will be Mason P3. Maney wins, sorry, by 15 seconds in the end. A big win in the end. EPX had a bit of a bad last lap. Ended up being a lot tighter than he probably would have liked. Sorry, I didn't even watch the beginning because it was such a tight battle there for P3. Kai P6, a good result for him. Drifters, War Machine, he drops to 9th, and the Juice. Hard one for him tonight. Can he take any points? No, he can't. So just P10 tonight. 1 singular point for the Aston Martin driver from second race. Another quality race for Williams. Down in 8th. Jared, so a few points, but not what you guys were looking for sure. Meowcat, he'll come up to the line, but we'll see if Frizy can steal this fastest lap right at the death. Turns out if he does steal this point, it is all worth it, and I am pretty good. Well, I see it's raining now, right at the end of the race. So maybe a few drivers were expecting it to rain, but it's raining right at the checkered flag. Frizy gets the fastest lap of the race, managing to steal that point from whoever had it before that. But P14, he won't claim the point, but he steals it off someone else. Driver of the day, War Machine tonight, P9. Decent result there for the Haas team principal. And there's Maney celebrating another win. Dominance here in Tier 4 at the end. And his championship rival, Awash, not even on the podium. That may very well have it all but wrapped up going into next week. Awash, he's left the session. He's a bit over it tonight. We see the podium celebrations. The champagne getting sprayed. And Maney will be starting to feel like this championship is almost one and done. EPX gets a P2. He'll be very happy with that. And P3 for Mason Racing. A brilliant strategy there to box to the mediums and go nearly 20 laps on them. Wash P4, that 3-second time penalty really costing him that podium tonight. Dat Boy P5, Fanatical P6, sorry, Kaibui P6, Hens P7, Drifters P8, War Machine P9, and the Juice in P10. Meowcat missing out on the points tonight, as well as the Blade, Pumpkin Wind, Frizy, M-Bomb, and Felty, with GH and Aussie DNFing earlier on the race. It's causing a safety car. A very entertaining French Grand Prix. We've got Maney on the top step. Let's get him in the party. And that's probably going to be the only one we can actually get in here, unfortunately, because EPX and Mason both... well, Mason's PlayStation and EPX on PC, so it may just be Maney tonight. Here he is. Did I get the whole race results? I think I did. Just get it again in case I don't remember. But Feist is up there for Frizy as well. He will take that after a race where he could have had more than that. I'll quickly check the Discord. See if those guys can get into an Xbox party. We'll just quickly check with them. We'll get the AlphaTauri up. I think it's just going to be Maney tonight with a couple of PC guys on the podium as well. Yeah, EPX and yeah, okay. So it's just Maney tonight. I don't know what I'm looking at this for. We want to go to the virtual showroom. Come on, game. Help me out. F1. And AlphaTauri. It's got to be said, Maney, pure domination tonight. P1 led pretty much the length of the race. Make sure you got the audio included as well. What do you got to say about that one, mate?
Just once again, happy with another good drive. Once again, I wouldn't say pure domination, because definitely had a few mistakes and stuff that were just rookie from me, that race. But yeah, happy with a P1.
So 35 points was your lead going into this round. You've just gained another 13. So going into next week, a 48-point lead. 3 rounds to go. All you need to outscore him is about the same again tonight. And you will have the championship wrapped up with 2 rounds to spare. Can you do it? And if so, is it going to be next week, or do you think it'll be Spa? Or is Spa next week in Monza? I don't remember. It's one or the other.
I don't think I'll get it done next week. I think next week's going to be some aggression with a Wash trying to push for 110% from his car, me just trying to stay good enough in the points, and a bunch of drivers trying to get their points up as well, so I don't think I'll get it. It'll be one of the last 2 rounds I'll get it, I reckon.
Okay, but he thinks he can get it, ladies and gentlemen. All you need is just a couple of good points positions, but a couple of good points places, and you'll pretty much have the championship wrapped up. But congratulations, Maney, another race win here in Tier 4. and almost got the championship wrapped up now. Congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so we don't have P2 or P3 here tonight. Unfortunately, EPX claiming P2. And who was P3? It was Mason. A brilliant strategy there. Mediums pretty much to the length of the race. Nevertheless, we will be back tomorrow night with Tier 3 and Frizy in the comms box. He had some terrible luck tonight, but manages to steal the fastest lap, so get something out of this race. Then Tier 2, same time again on Saturday, and then Tier 1 to watch the best of the best, 6:30 p.m. on Sunday. Till then, ladies and gentlemen, and I won't be here next week, but till then, ladies and gentlemen, we will see you next time.